Hi everybody, today we've got round 6 of the Republican primary spinner battle. I'm sure a bunch of you have been waiting for this. A lot of great comments last time. Doug Burgum seems to have caught on as the fan favorite, as last time he was able to knock off Asa Hutchinson in an overtime spinoff. This time it's going to be the same thing. We're down to 6. Lowest number is out. I'm going to do the 2024 electoral map the same way I do it every time. Hopefully we have another great battle, so sit back, relax, and let's get started. The first state is going to be, as always, Alaska. 3 electoral votes. Let's spin it. Who's first on the map? It's number 5. That's going to be DB Doug Burgum. He's making his move early this time. He takes Alaska. Burgum with 3 electoral votes. The next state is going to be Hawaii. That has 4 electoral votes. And that's going to go to number 6. That is Francis Suarez. Next state, back up to the West Coast with Washington. 12 electoral votes. That's going to go to number 5. It's Burgum again. He takes those 12 electoral votes. Next state is Oregon. 8 more electoral votes at stake. That's number 4. That's Chris Christie. He makes his debut on round 6. Next we have California. This is where all the votes are. I haven't done the math, but it's most likely a free pass to the next round. Everybody looking for their number to come up. Let's spin it. Who's going to get him? It's number 6. It's Francis Suarez. He takes California. Suarez now at 58. Next state, Nevada. 6 votes. Those are going to go also to Suarez. Suarez not wasting any time in round 6. Looks like he's out to win it. Let's go to the next state, Idaho. 4 votes. Who's going to grab those? That's number 4, Chris Christie. He has Idaho. Next is Utah. 6 electoral votes. That's number 1, DT Donald Trump. He takes Utah. Arizona, that has 11 electoral votes. Who's going to get these? Number 2, LE, that's Larry Elder, picking up his first state. Now we go up here to Montana. 4 more electoral votes. At stake, going to Elder again. Number 2, he's got him. Next state, Wyoming, that has 3 electoral votes. Those are going to go to number 4, Chris Christie. Still waiting for number 3, Tim Scott, but the next state is Colorado, 10 electoral votes. That's going to be number 1, Donald Trump. Trump into double digits as we go down to New Mexico. 5 more votes. That's number 2, that's Larry Elder. He's going to claim New Mexico. Next state, it's North Dakota, that's Doug Burgum's state. Let's see if he can win it. Who's going to get him? Number 3, that's Tim Scott. He's on the map in round 6. How about South Dakota? 3 more votes. That's going to be number 6, Francis Suarez. He has 3 more. Next state, Nebraska, at large. That's only 2 electoral votes. You never know. It might matter, but that's going to Donald Trump. He's got him. Next, Nebraska's 1st congressional district. That's 1 electoral vote. That's going to number 3, Tim Scott. Next spin, Nebraska's 2nd. A single electoral vote. Going to number 6, Suarez. He's got it. How about Nebraska's 3rd? Another electoral vote. Going to number 5, Doug Burgum. Gets a vote out of Nebraska, and that takes us down to Kansas. That has 6 electoral votes. That's number 3, that's Tim Scott. Everybody into double digits now. Oklahoma is next. 7 votes. Those are going to number 4, Chris Christie. Next state, Texas. That's the 2nd biggest state. A whopping 40 electoral votes up for grabs. Let's spin it. Who's going to snag them? This is going to go to number 3. That's Tim Scott. He had none a moment ago. Now he's in 2nd place. Just like that, everything could turn around. Let's go to Minnesota. That's next. 10 electoral votes. Coming to number 5, Doug Burgum. Next, Iowa. 6 electoral votes. Number 1, Donald Trump. He takes Iowa. How about Missouri? 10 more electoral votes. That's going to be number 6, Francis Suarez. Let's go to Arkansas now. No need to worry about Asa Hutchinson in this one. But who's going to win his home state? That's going to be number 2, Larry Elder. Next state, we got to go farther south now to Louisiana. That has 8 electoral votes. Let's spin it. Somebody's going to grab these, and that's going to be number 5. Good old Doug Burgum. He's going to take Louisiana. Next spin, Wisconsin. Good chunk of votes here. That's 10 at stake. Going to number 5. Look at that. Doug Burgum yet again. How about Illinois now? 19 electoral votes. It's going to help somebody out quite a bit, and it's going to be Chris Christie. Next state, Michigan. Another 15 electoral votes. Those are valuable, and that's going to number 1, Donald Trump. He takes Michigan. Next state, Indiana. 11 more votes. Those are going to go to number 6, Francis Suarez. Let's go south to Kentucky. It has 8 electoral votes now. That's going to be another state for Suarez. Let's move it along to Tennessee. 11 electoral votes here. That's going to be number 4. That's Chris Christie. How about Mississippi? 6 more. That's going to go to number 2. That's Larry Elder taking Mississippi. Let's go next door, 1 state east to Alabama. That's 9 electoral votes. That's going to benefit Donald Trump. He's going to take Alabama. Next state, Florida. 30 electoral votes. That's a ton. And it's also Donald Trump's home state as well as Francis Suarez's. Let's see where things are at. Right now, Suarez with the clear advantage. Everyone else hovering between 32 and 52. So let's spin it. Who's going to get 30 more electoral votes? It's number 3. It's Tim Scott. Scott taking Florida, and that puts Scott at 80. Now we go 1 state north to Georgia. 16 electoral votes. That's a lot, and that's going to Doug Burgum. He's going to take Georgia. Next, South Carolina, 9 electoral votes. That's number 3. That is Tim Scott again. How about North Carolina? 16 more electoral votes. That's number 5. DB again. He's going to take North Carolina. Now we jump up to Ohio. That has a lot of votes. That's 17 up for grabs. And that's going to be number 3, Tim Scott snagging Ohio. All of a sudden, Tim Scott in the lead with 106. Scott needed a little bit of time to get going, but he's really seemed to figure out his strategy. And that takes us to West Virginia, 4 electoral votes. Those are going to go to number 1, Donald Trump. He's going to take West Virginia. Now we go all the way to the corner, Maine at large. It has 2 electoral votes. And those are going to go to number 1, Donald Trump. 2 more for him. Next, we have Maine's first. That's going to go to number 3. That is Tim Scott. Another 1 for him. How about Maine's second? Another electoral vote. Those are going to go in the Chris Christie column. He's got that. Starting to get a little bit late now. Larry Elder is in last place. Let's see what happens on New Hampshire. That's the next spin. That's number 1, Donald Trump. He's going to take New Hampshire. How about next door, Vermont? 3 electoral votes. Number 3, Tim Scott has Vermont. And now we've got a crucial state here, New York. 28 electoral votes. Larry Elder looking for a 2 here. This would be pure gravy for Tim Scott or Francis Suarez. But let's see what happens. Critical state here. Number 3, Tim Scott takes New York. Scott doing massive damage on the big states, Texas, Florida, New York. And now the pressure is going to start to build on Larry Elder as we go down the East Coast. Next is Massachusetts. That has 11 electoral votes. Who's going to get it? It's number 6, Francis Suarez. Next state, Connecticut. That has 7 electoral votes. Those are going to number 1, Donald Trump. He has Connecticut. Next door to Rhode Island now. 4 electoral votes. That's number 3, Tim Scott. He has Rhode Island. Now we go to New Jersey. 14 electoral votes. That's a lot. Larry Elder feeling the pressure. Let's spin it. Who's going to get him? Number 5, Doug Burgum's going to get him. Next state, Delaware. 3 electoral votes. Who wants these? It's going to be number 5, Doug Burgum. He wants those. And he's got 2 in a row. Next, Maryland. That has 10 electoral votes. Let's see what happens. Here comes the spin. Who's going to get these? It's number 4. That's Chris Christie. He's going to take Maryland. Now we've got Washington, D.C. 3 electoral votes. That's number 6, Francis Suarez. And now we've got two states, Pennsylvania and Virginia, and at this point it looks like Larry Elder has to win both of these states to get 64, and that would put him one ahead of Chris Christie, one below Donald Trump. This has to be a 2, or we're going to have to say goodbye to Larry Elder. Stranger things have happened. Let's spin it. Let's see what happens. Here it is. That is number 6. That is Francis Suarez taking Pennsylvania. That means Larry Elder, unfortunately, is going to have to join the rest of the losers on the bench. And he did great in the last round, but we do have one state left. It's Virginia. Doesn't really matter, but this is going to be icing for somebody. It's number 5, Doug Burgum. Why not? He takes Virginia. And there's your final total. We have Tim Scott in first with 142. Francis Suarez comes in second at 130. The crowd pleaser Doug Burgum, DB, he's going to take third with 106. Donald Trump is in fourth place with 65. Chris Christie, he scrapes by with 63. And Larry Elder with only 32 electoral votes. He's going to bow out of this primary spinner battle. In round 6, he gets in 6th place overall. 5 candidates remain. I'm glad to see Burgum move on because that would have been rough in the comments. And did you have Tim Scott actually coming in first place on this one? I know one of the previous comments said Tim Scott would be eliminated because coincidentally in all the previous rounds, the candidates that got eliminated were the ones that participated in the recent Republican primary forum with Tucker Carlson. So Tim Scott breaks that curse. So let me know in the comments, did you have a great time on this spinner battle? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.